Hello, Kitty Blue here in my doll room. This is day 2 of my doll decluttering, but this is part like 3. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to title, I guess you'll notice the title when you watch this video. So this is either going to be day 2 doll decluttering, BJD resin dolls, or it's going to be part 3. I'm not sure. We'll see how many parts it's going to take to do all of my resin dolls behind me. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 very long shelves that are in my doll room. I do have dolls in other areas of my house. I have one resin doll downstairs, Audrum. She hangs out in my living room because my living room is kind of steampunk theme, but she's definitely not going anywhere, so she's just going to stay where she's at. I do have a few dolls that are in my spare room. I used to call it my closet room because it used to be just my closet, but I put a bed in there, and it's kind of just a spare room. So yeah, my other spare room. I shouldn't say my other spare room. This is kind of my spare room, but this is the doll room. Anyways, back to decluttering. So as I mentioned in the Smart Doll decluttering videos that I did previously, in 2 parts. So what the plan is like I mentioned in my 15 years in the BJD hobby, it has started to become, I shouldn't say started, it's been very overwhelming to have so many dolls just kind of on display and whatnot, and I'm not doing anything with them, so I'm just like, okay, I've been downsizing or trying to downsize for quite a few years, and I really want to try and like get into some kind of system. I don't even know if that's what I would call it, but trying to get into some way of deciding which dolls to keep and which dolls to let go. I did have a list somewhere laying down, oh, right behind me. So, what I did previously when I was trying to kind of determine which dolls that I wanted to keep and things like that, I was pulling out each doll off my shelf and taking a photo of it and like testing the posing and stuff like that. So originally on my database that I did, which I'll put a link down below, I did a video on what the database that I created, and one of the tabs on the database is a kind of point system to determine like how well I actually like this doll, or where this doll like kind of hits on the point system. So there was 40 points. So basically there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 like little categories, and I rate them 1 to 5. And so at the total of 40 points, none of my dolls, I haven't gotten any of my dolls none of them have rated a 40 points. I think 37 might be like one of them, like one of my dolls might be like a 37. I can't remember which one. Anyways, so those points were for my resin BJDs, was how they pose, if they fit in, and by that I mean do they fit in with like the theme or like the storyline or the characters that I originally made, do they fit in with that kind of, I guess, doll world. 3 was size, and then and by size, MSD is my favorite size. I just like the size of them. I think you can do a lot with, you know, MSD dolls versus SD dolls. Like my Smart Doll shelves, I mean, you put just a few of them in there and they just take up so much space. So MSDs are definitely much smaller, and I really like, I think there's more of a consistency in like sizes in MSD versus SD. SD sizes are just all over the place. So yeah, sizes, was that number 4? Sizes. MSD is going to get 5 points, and like, you know, SD and stuff, I don't think I've given like 1 point to any of them, but it is 1 through 5, so I can 1 or 2 points for like a doll that, you know, might be an SD size or a tiny doll. Some of the OSD dolls I do actually like, and they kind of fit in with, you know, so they might get like a 3. Anyways, the fourth one is going to be color. So like the color of the resin. I love fantasy colors, so fantasy colors that I really love are going to get a 5 points. And dolls, and nothing against people that, you know, like lighter skin dolls. I just personally don't like a lot of white dolls because they do yellow after time, and like just the normal skin tone dolls I don't really like as much as I like fantasy, so those are going to get a lower score. So the next one is going to be price, and by prices what I did is I kind of like anything under 200 is going to get 5 points. Anything over like 1,000 I think it is going to get like 1 point. So that was a factor. That is 5. 6 is limited. So is it a limited doll? Is it a doll that I can get again? Limited is also going to be discontinued as well, because not all companies will keep the dolls forever. So they might discontinue them later down the line. So that could change. You know, right now one of my dolls can be like, you know, a 2 or something, but then they discontinue it and it might bump it up to a 4 or a 5. And how well do I like the head and how well I like the body? So those are all 8. And other questions that I thought that I would ask myself as I go along, and this is going to be more for my resin dolls than it was for my smart dolls, is are they complete? I have a lot of dolls. I shouldn't say a lot, but I do have quite a few that don't have face-ups, or they're not in an outfit that I would have chose for their character, or a wig, or something needs to be done with the doll more than what it is at the time. Second question I think I would ask myself is, would I buy this again? That's a big one, because I did go through that in my 15 years in the BJD hobby. I did go over kind of that a little bit, and it's just like, I think there's a lot of dolls that I probably wouldn't have bought again. Definitely, I would have never have had 4 Trinity dolls, which are the big 100 how big are they? 108 centimeters, 106 centimeters. I think they're like 108, 106, 108 centimeter tall. But the Dalmore Trinities, they're the big ones. At one point, I had 4. I have no idea why I had 4, but I would like to downsize to 1. So I do have 2 right now. I was able to sell 2 of them, which was perfect. But these 2 that I have now, I have not been able to sell either of them. So yeah, that definitely needs to be downsized. Also, I had 3 Lucian dolls, and those are the ones that are like 75 centimeters, 74 centimeters, something around there. Or maybe it's 80 centimeters. I think it might be 80 centimeters. Anyways, I didn't need 3 big dolls like that. So I did actually sell 2, so I only have 1 left. She's the elf Dahlia with the elf ears, and I will probably never get rid of her. She's definitely staying. If they made an elf version of Trinity, I probably would get that, and then I would be okay with selling the 2 that I have. But yeah, those are examples of dolls that I probably would not have. I would not have bought again if I like went back to the beginning and decided like, okay, I'm starting completely new with this hobby. So, God, wouldn't that be interesting? I know that some people actually have done that. They have actually sold their whole entire collection and then years later, like, started again. Like, that has to be so freeing, yet so stressful. And I don't know how somebody would do it. I have a lot of dolls that I would not be able to buy again. So yeah, that would be crazy. But yeah, if I was to start over again, there's definitely a lot of dolls that I would not have purchased, or I would have thought more on it and then decided not to. Anyways, do I have similar items? this, like, when I was explaining it, like, in the decluttering world of, like, normal stuff, not collections, similar items would be, like, if you had, 20 black t-shirts, like, do you need 20 black t-shirts? Me, personally, I probably do have 20 black t-shirts, but they all have, like, some kind of print on them, so they're completely different from each other. But, like, yeah, I wouldn't need just 20 plain black t-shirts. I would totally downsize that to, like, 4 or something. Something like that would be very, very easy. Similar items in doll world. I mean, I guess if some of them they're the same sculpt, but I don't think any of my resin dolls, besides some of my resin soul dolls, have, like, that are the same sculpt. So I don't have, like, duplicate dolls of anything. So I don't think that's going to be much of a factor, but I do have, like, for example, my Dollmore, I have 3 Dollmore Caddish dolls. They're in 3 different colors, so I could, like, decide, like, do I really need 3 of them? If I, out of those 3, which one would I choose to keep? Things like that. Similar items. And with the smart dolls, it definitely kind of, like, had a similar item. It wasn't the exact same item, but, like, I had quite a few cinnamon dolls, and I think I ended up getting rid of 2 full-size dolls. I put them away, and I think a floating head or something. Nope, 3 cinnamon. They're right in front of me on my table, so I can kind of see. So, like, I have 3 cinnamon dolls and a blank head, and all of them, well, actually one is a GO4 head, but all the other ones are GO7 heads, which is the typical head sculpt for the semi-real smart dolls. So I'm like, do I need, 3 dolls that are pretty much the same sculpt? They have the exact same bodies. That is the thing with smart dolls, is that they do all have the same bodies, either a classic body or a pear body or a boy body. So it's really, like, down to, like, the bust size for the girls and, like, the heads. So I decided that I needed less semi-real cinnamon dolls because actually I like the anime style dolls a little bit better. So that did help with clearing out some smart dolls. So back to my resin BJDs behind me. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And before we do that, I am going to take a quick, like, view of the smart dolls so that you can see them. I got them all back on their shelves after I decluttered. It was, if you, like, watched the second part of the smart dolls at the very end, you saw the chaos afterwards. There was just dolls stacked everywhere, all over the floor, the table, and everything. So they're back in the shelf. So I'm going to do a quick view of that, and then we'll hop over to the first shelf at the top with my resin BJDs. So stay tuned. Before we get started with the BJD resin doll declutter, I'm just going to show you all the smart dolls, how they are now displayed. Some of it will look very similar because I didn't get rid of all of my smart dolls. I definitely did not get rid of half. I do have about the same amount of floating heads now, and I just have these 2 girls, and I have a frame that I just wanted to put there. I'm going to put some kind of robot head on it. Those are all my Prowess dolls. My Prowess pear doll is on there too. The black anomaly is kind of back there. She needs some clothing, so I haven't got around to doing that yet. And then the bottom shelf is definitely has a little bit more space there than what it did before. I ignore the Cocoa pear there because right now she doesn't have a head. I'm going to get a custom head made for her. This is going to be the same. This is the same shelf as well, and as is this. Down at the bottom we have nobody, so I guess we do have some space to maybe like move over a couple of dolls over here. We could move them into this little space. And then at the very top here we have the the 4 licensed dolls, and then a clear Cortex, which I think she just looks fun in that outfit. So I thought she looked good with those guys. So that is it for my Smart Doll shelves. Like I said, I think I will end up moving a couple over to that empty space just so they're a little bit less crowded. And there are a few boys that are missing in the back, but they're going to reappear soon. One of them I'm going to have a custom head made for, and I'm still on the fence about selling one. All right, so next up, we're going to move over to the BJDs. This is all of, that's round 2, 3rd shelf, and then 4th shelf. So let's get started. All right, I am back and ready to do the first shelf at the very top. All of these are going to be Anthro dolls. I will not be surprised if I decide none of these dolls are going to go, because I really love Anthro dolls, and yeah, we will see, but we are going to try. So originally the plan was 50%. So I did not count how many dolls was up here. There are a lot of dolls, but yeah, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. 38 dolls. So yeah, half would be like, what, 38. 19? Is that right? 19 dolls? Yeah, there's no way I'm getting rid of 19 dolls off of the shelf. I should have said like 1/8 of my collection, not half of my collection. All right, let's just get started. I warned you ahead of time in my previous video, 15 years in the hobby, and I think at the beginning of the first part where I did this, my Smart Doll decluttering, I think I said that, yeah, we're going to try it. We're going to test the theory. But yeah, no promises. So yeah, I know the title probably fooled you, half of my collection, but we'll see at the end. All right, so like I said, these are all Anthro dolls. Already, there's 2 things here. I am definitely keeping these, but these do not belong here. I suppose that they could probably, oh no, this one's got a scratch on it. I suppose that these probably could go in my dollhouse somewhere, or I can put them into my other room, my spare room. But yeah, they're definitely staying, so we're just gonna put them up against here. There's also other random little cat statue that this is going to eventually go into, hey, there's this price sticker, into the doll room. I believe I'm going to put this into, I think this would be great for Thistle's room. And if you don't know who Thistle is, I actually have a Getting to Know My Doll playlist, and Thistle is one of the characters that is in my photo stories, Escape from Tanar. You'll see her when we do the second shelf, but yeah, this is going to go into her room somewhere. But yeah, definitely keeping that. All right, so like I said, they're all Anthro. They're just so cute. Look at this. So the little tiny one that she is holding is an elf doll, Catsy. That's Zamina. I'm probably going to not remember all the names of these dolls, so that is what the end of the year overview of my doll collection is. You can go back and watch those, and I will name all the dolls. If I remember them as I go, I will try to name them, but no promises. I usually can remember the company, usually can't remember the sculpt name. But when I do the Getting to Know Your series, some of these dolls may be in it, so you'll get a little bit more information on them. Anyways, so in the USD girl is from Lutz, and she is just so fabulously adorable. I would actually love to get her blushed so that she looks like a calico cat instead of just white. She is in white resin. And like I said at the beginning, I had those like 8 like questions and stuff. She would probably rank kind of low because she is in white resin and because she is a smaller size. I prefer MSD size, but she's just too darn adorable. And yeah, I have to keep her. I have to keep her. I'm keeping them both because they're both special. I'm not going to like, I wish you guys can see this closer up because me trying to pull down these dolls off the shelf is going to be a little tricky, but I will give it my best. Here we go. All right. Next up is another cute little Lutz doll. She is in the like strawberry color, like strawberry pink. Again, she is adorable. I'm not, if I was to maybe let go of one, I might let go of her because she is a smaller size, but she is darn adorable. She's got little animal feet, so no worry about having to buy shoes for her. I don't particularly like this wig on her, so yeah, she's just so darn adorable. I hate to let her go. But this is a doll that I probably could like repurchase if I decided to. So, I don't know, little girl. I don't know. You can see she's a little bit smaller than the other one. You're just going to stay there for a second. All right, these are all, actually, most of these up here are going to be Lutz. This is another Lutz. She is a limited doll. I have no idea why I got her in normal skin tone, but I did. I wish I would have gotten her in the same tan as I did the boy, but she's just, I love my Anthro dolls. I just can't see, like, getting rid of her. I feel like her strings might need to be tightened. She feels kind of a little bit floppy, but she is complete. Would I buy her again? I think I would buy her again, but I think I would have bought her in a different color. Or, yeah, but their face-ups are nice. Their face-ups are really nice. I didn't do that with the first two, so would I have bought her again? I think I would, but again, I may have bought her in a different color than white. For some reason, I'm like, oh, I need like every single cat doll that they have in different colors. Same with this one. I'm not sure whether or not I would buy her again. I think what had happened is that they used to have, I think they still might have some of the events where if your purchase is at a certain amount, you get a free doll. So I think that's how these came about, because I'm just like, oh, I'm close to it because I, got some Centaur dolls or something. I'm like, I'm close to that line. Why not just buy another doll, a cute little doll, and get a free doll? Which I think I ended up getting a free, I think one time I got a free MSD size doll, and then one time I got an MDF, I think, doll. But, yeah. Would I buy her again? I would say yes, but I think I would have bought her in a different color. Although she looks really nice. This wig is great on her. I didn't mean for this outfit to be, like, for her, but I think it works with her skin tone and the coloring on her blushing and stuff. So she has no shoes on. And then him, I'm just going to set you down there. I'm definitely keeping him too because he's just amazing. Would I buy him again? I most certainly would buy him again. Totally would buy him again. He's just amazing. I believe this outfit was from my Dalmore Caddish doll boy. But I mean, look at those nails. Rawr. So yeah, I definitely would have bought him again. So he is staying. Gonna have to pause for a minute. Back. So yes, going on to the next one. Again, this is a Lutz. I think Curly was the sculpt name. She is another cat doll. I really want to I like the color of eyes, but I think they just make her like look like she's all wide-eyed and stuff. So I would still like to get her a different pair of eyes. Is she complete? I think she's complete. I think she looks adorable in this outfit. It's kind of hard to see some of her face up. But I like the wig on her. I think it's a good color for her. I love her eyes. Except for I wish they didn't look so surprised looking. But so she is complete. Would I buy her again? I totally would. I think I may. Well, I don't know. I like her face up. I think it's a cute face up. So I don't think I would change it. But yeah, I definitely would buy this doll again. And I am going to keep her because she's just adorable. And oh, her little apron's falling off. Technical wardrobe malfunction. Alright. We're just going to set her there because I don't want to knock anybody over. Next up is another doll from Lutz. Anthro doll. He is in like the lavender purplish kind of color. I can't remember what the color is called. But funny story is I actually had him. I actually bought him in a different color. And when they released these new like fun colors, I ended up selling the one I had and rebuying this. So would I buy this again? Definitely, because I did. And I love him in this color. I think he's just adorable. I believe these are still available. They were not limited. But yeah. And I think the outfit works well for him. But because he's not like a main character in like my photo stories and stuff, he kind of just like sits on the shelf and looks cute. They pose pretty well too. Alright. Oh my gosh. Her feet are stuck to the floor. That's weird. Alright. Next one, again, a Lutz. I don't remember her name. She is in the kind of mint blue kind of color. She is just incredibly adorable. Is she complete? She is definitely complete. Would I buy this again? I would buy this again because I did. This was another one where I got her in a one of the other, I think like light brown maybe, or a different color. And when they came out with these lovely fantasy colors, I'm just like, yep, I am rebuying that doll in a different color. So I already sold her original. Is it Corny? Is Corny the name, or is that the other one? Anyways, so yeah, I definitely would buy her again. So she is staying. She is not a limited doll. I think she's still available. Curly, the dark tan one here that I just showed, I believe she has been discontinued, so I don't think she's available any longer. All right. This is another Lutz. This head actually belonged to one of the Centaur bodies that they had, and then I got the doll that came with the animal body. I got that separately, so then I put them together. He's in like... Had to pause real quick. I heard a knock on my doll room door, and I'm just like, hello? So, yeah. This is... I really should know my doll's name. This is another thing, as far as like overwhelm and having too many dolls, is that I honestly should be remembering all these dolls' names, and I do not. But would I get this doll again? Yes. Is he complete? He is. I love like the kilt kind of thing going on, and the kind of plaid shirt going on. I did do blushing myself on him. I might eventually at some point send his head out to get done better than what I did, but it works. And I did actually blush his claws and everything. Some of the blushing is actually rubbing off. But yes, I definitely would buy him again. All right. Next boy we have, this is from Dalmore. He is a Dalmore cattish boy. He's got ears popping up here out of his wig. He came as a full set from Dalmore. I like his outfit. I think his outfit is fun. He is very flamboyant. He is the boyfriend of the doll that I just had down. Look at that face. Would I buy this doll again? I most certainly would. I think I may have, this might have been the doll, one of the dolls that I picked up. He's so floppy. One of the dolls that I picked up from Dollism, New York, many, many years ago. I think that was like 10 years ago. But I definitely would buy him again. I love the gray skin. I love, cat dolls. This is on a boy body. So it's different than the other cattish girls that I have, which you will meet later. So yes, he is staying because he's just darn adorable and flamboyant. And I love him. Okay, next up. Amaray, I may be saying that wrong. I can't remember which one this is, but he's got a fabulously, I love his face up. He's got like two little fangs. I'm not too, I don't like their style of ears very well because they're not like, I don't know. They're just like weird. They like lay weird, and they don't like lay like normal ears would. He's in white resin. Like I said, I'm not a very big fan of white resin. Whether or not I would have bought him again if I went back. I wish they had different options in skin tones, but when they release these dolls, they only release them in one skin tone. But that's a tough one. I really think he's really cute. He doesn't really serve a purpose in my collection as a whole, as far as like when I first started out with original characters. He does pose pretty well. I don't know what else to say about him. He's really cute. I'm on the fence about him though, but his little tiny little teeth are so cute. His little fangs are adorable. That's why I bought this. Actually, long story short, when I originally bought this doll, the head that they sent me was a completely different face up. So I had to actually message them and be like, yeah, that's not the right face up. So they sent me a new one, which was amazing. So, yep, I think even his ears were blushed the wrong colors. But yeah, he's a cutie. I feel like I probably would keep him. All right. Can't even see behind me. I'm kind of in a weird angle here. Little pumpkin kitty head. If I put a hole in the bottom, I maybe could actually use this as a head on a doll, but I'm not going to. I'm not even sure what to do with this. I might eventually paint it at some point and just stick it in one of the doll rooms. Another one from Amaray is this cute little gray girl. She is very thin and lanky. I almost want to compare her body type to Doll Chateau. Although she's not as hippie as like Doll Chateau dolls are. But yeah, she is adorable. Her ears are the same way. They're kind of like, well, I guess her ears are maybe a little bit better. But she has magnets, I think, in her head, so they can only be put in one spot. Would I buy her again? I'm not sure if I would or not. Like I said, she's very adorable. She looks really cute in this outfit. I really didn't have any plans for her. I mean, she's in a gray color, which, you know, fantasy colors, like I said, I love fantasy colors. So, she is actually kind of hard to pose because of her thinner limbs and everything. She's gonna, she might be on the maybe list of letting go. But she's no longer available, so she is limited. Next is another Amaray doll. She has a different body than the other one. It's definitely a lot more poseable, I think. She's not as loosely strung and stuff like that. Again, the ears are just like, they're just made kind of weird to where they don't really have the right shape to be cat ears. They're kind of off to the side, and that just makes her look angry all the time or something. But she is adorable. She actually does have like one tiny little fang, which is why I really, really liked her. If I had to choose between this one or the gray one, I think I might actually keep this one versus the other one. Because I do really like, I like the body that she's on. She is complete, but they all just like look very wide-eyed. But I mean, she's a cat, so I do really like her. This is a doll from Unclothed Doll. It is no longer available, so completely discontinued. She's very slim. She actually might be slimmer or as slim as my resin soul dolls, but her hands are very, very, very delicate. The other set of hands that came with her, one of her fingers like broke immediately. that's just how delicate it is. So I don't handle her very well or very much. Well, I don't handle any of my dolls really that much at all because they're just kind of sitting on the shelves. I think she's a really cute sculpt, but if I was to have to get rid of at least one doll off of this shelf, it might be her. Yeah. It's hard. It's very, very hard. It's very, very hard. Because it's cool that she fits into, I think this is a Delilah Noir outfit. So, since she is very slim, she's about the same size as my Resin Soul dolls, but her head's a little bit smaller. Yeah, she's cute, but she might have to go. Grab this guy here. Okay, this guy, he is just so much fun. However, I'm not sure whether or not I would end up buying this again. This is a faceplate, I believe. Trying to take the head off. Oh, no, it came off. It shouldn't have came off like that, but this is the inside. One of the magnets came out. So it kind of has two different face plates. You could totally display it like this. I feel like I need to do some kind of blushing in the with the teeth. Or that there should have been some blushing on the teeth with the face up, but there wasn't. Just so you can see the definition of the spines and stuff. I mean, he is a really cool doll. So I want to say that I probably would not buy this doll again. However, it's just so darn adorable that, except for the fact that I can't get his head back on. That might be the determining factor. Oh my gosh. Da-dun. I thought, gosh darn it. I'm very disappointed in this that I just totally can't get this back on. Because there's that. And I shouldn't be touching the face up. I'm not sure why this is doing this. Okay, well, I mean, this doll might have to go because I can't get its head back on. Those are the problems here. It's not going back in the place that it needs to be. I think that's right. All right. We got him back. I totally should have paused that whole thing, but yeah, we got his head back on. Oh, that's from Pipos doll. This is from Pipos as well. I decided not to get a face up on her because I didn't care for the face up very much. So obviously, you know, is she complete? No, she's not. She totally needs a face up. I want something kind of gothy, punk rocky or something, because her name is Vivian, or actually, I'm sorry, her name is Westwood, from Vivian Westwood, and Vivian Westwood, a lot of her styles had like plaid and stuff like that. So that is why I called her Westwood. I thought that would be a perfect name. She is in gray resin. Do I have a lot of gray dolls? Yes, I have 3 gray dolls up here. But I definitely would keep her, but I do need to actually get her a face up. So I should put her aside. She doesn't have any undies on. I should put her aside in the project pile because I would like to get her hands blushed, her ears blushed, and a face up. Set her there. This is from Peepos as well. It is a bigger head doll, and the body and stuff is bigger. She's in this beautiful like lavender kind of purpley color. I think she is gorgeous. It's very like, I don't know, Persian or Siamese kind of look to her. And I love this outfit on her, so she is staying. All right, I'm going to pause just so I can switch the camera angle to that direction. All right, we are back so that we can reach. I might have to move this again because I've got stuff down at the bottom here, so I can't move the ladder any closer. This is from Zoom. I got this doll secondhand. This is not the blue color from Zoom. I actually dyed it, so when I got this doll, it was, I believe, white, which is like a creamy white. The outfit that it has on is actually from one of my Dollmore Caddish dolls, but I had somebody do a fabulous face up. I just think this looks amazing. The blushing, it's got like kind of freckling on the leg. It's just really, really cute. But yeah, they did an amazing job. I don't know why I didn't send the hands out to be blushed, but I did not. So that is something that is not finished on this doll, is that the hands are not blushed. That's something easy to fix though. Adorable. Would I buy this again? It was secondhand, so most definitely I would, because it was at such a great price. I almost decided to buy the blue colored one that they re-released, but I'm like, you know what? No, I have already dyed this doll. I paid less for it than what it originally was, so I'm like, yeah, no. I'm just going to keep this one. All right. This one is actually a hybrid doll. It's a DigiDoll head, and it is on a Leek World art body. As you can see, it is in like a white resin versus this. I have thought about maybe just trying to dye the hands, or maybe finding gloves for her, because I kind of don't want to mess up the body and that be 2 different tones of color, and I can't find a color that matches with the DigiDoll head. So this doll has been kind of up in the air for a while. I could probably use this body for something else, but for now it is a hybrid. Definitely keeping it. It's got like one little tiny fang. These ears are actually from Amaray, the tan girl that you saw a little bit earlier. Would I buy this doll again? Yes, I think I would. Although maybe I would have bought it directly from the artist and as a full doll. But I did buy the head secondhand and the body secondhand. But I think it's adorable. I love it. I can't. I have to keep it. No dolls have gone from the shelf yet. This was an artist doll. He's adorable. Of course, he's not going anywhere. This is Phoenix. He is from Resin Soul. He is part of my photo stories, so he is not going anywhere. He is safe. This is a Resin Soul doll in black resin. It was a limited doll, so I kind of want to hang on to it just because she's limited, but the USD bodies are so tiny, skinny. I think that might be actually a Barbie outfit. Yeah, and they don't pose that well at all in this size. Yeah. Would I buy her again? I definitely would, just because it was relatively inexpensive. Under $150. I think she was only like $120 or something like that. Maybe not even that much. The only thing that I don't really like the blushing that's on her cheeks. It makes her look like her cheeks are even like puffier, like she's a squirrel, that she's got some nuts in her cheeks there or something, but she's still, ouch, she's still cute. I still like her. This is not going well. I don't even want to like pull them down. So I have two. She's flopping around on a chair. So I have two dolls from Dream Valley. This is supposed to be a black resin. It does not look like black resin because they put so much blushing and stuff on it. They turned it into almost like kind of a dark gray with all the blushing. But I mean, he's adorable. He is so adorable. I really like him. Wish he was MSD size. Like if they did this one in MSD size, I totally would get rid of the smaller size. But yeah, I think I'm going to have to keep him. He's just adorable. I wish the blushing was a little bit different so that it actually looked like black resin. This is from Dream Valley too. A lot of people are like, oh my god, that doll is just creepy and I don't like it. I think he's fierce and very cool. He's got kind of like bone legs. They messed up and did not put blushing on part of his foot, as you can see on one style and not that one. But yeah, they're supposed to be like kind of bone legs. I thought it was neat. I thought he was cute. He is a little creepy and scary looking, but he's adorable. Would I buy this one again? I'm not sure. I would have to like think on that. Again, he is, you know, not the size that I would normally like buy. So, all right, we are back. Let's try and get quickly through this. I think I've already like half an hour on this video for the first shelf. This is another Dream Valley doll. I need to make him some clothes, but I mean, how can I not keep him? He's just really cool. He's supposed to be a snow leopard. Yeah, they've just been making amazing dolls, so I cannot see myself getting rid of him. This is a doll that I actually dyed. It is two different company dolls. I believe it's Island Doll Body, and this is a Doll Chateau head that I dyed in this color. He definitely needs a face up, so he is on the project list. He is supposed to have like ears and stuff too, because he's supposed to be kind of a hybrid like animal. But yeah, he's adorable. I mean, maybe this might be one to let go if I needed to have more space. I'm not going to grab the two back there, but the two back there are going to stay. One is a soul doll, and the other one is it Island Doll? Like the dog head one is an Island Doll. You can see a closer up picture of him. Oh, hell no, I might as well. Sorry, I'm like rushing through this and I don't want to drop him, but yeah, here she is. She's just adorable. Her face up is amazing. I love her outfit. So she's definitely staying. And her wig just fell off. That's why she's back in the corner. Oh, Jesus. His jacket has seen better days. Wow. This is why I don't like vinyl. I don't like doll clothes that are vinyl. This just needs to come off. That's just horrible. It's just shedding dust. Ugh. All right. Now you can show off his muscles. He is on Lutz MDF body. Hopefully that, okay, that's just from the jacket. But, I mean, he is adorable. He's like, I guess not my only dog because, yeah, I have a couple other dogs, but he's just amazing. I love him. He's not going anywhere. I wish I could maybe, like, find some different hands for him. It might look more animal-like. This is another Dream Valley. I was originally actually going to set her aside and sell her because I'm just like, I mean, she's cute. She's a rabbit. But I was just like, I'm like, I was just kind of about her. She's in gray resin. I love like the purple blushing and stuff that they did. But then I put her in this outfit and she just looks so freaking adorable that I don't think I'm going to be able to let her go. So, project decluttering my BJDs is not going so well. Like I said, yeah. Anyways, moving on. Resin Soul Dog. I don't necessarily need to keep this one. It's cute, but it's definitely still readily available. So yeah, that one's kind of a maybe. Let me get her out of the way. Get her back on the back there. Doesn't fall over. All right. This is from, I think it's Fantasy Doll. But I got her secondhand. She was really, really inexpensive. I mean, really inexpensive. She could definitely use a better face up. I just did this. But I think she's just adorable. And like I said, very inexpensive. She's wearing Barbie clothes. Might as well keep her, right? This is Blip. Magic's doll? Or no, Batchix? But I got this one at Dollism as well. She is adorable. I've been on the fence about getting rid of her too. I don't think they were limited dolls. Maybe they are. I'm not sure if they still make these. She could probably use some tighter stringing because her arms are kind of loose. But I never got around to actually painting her like cyber lines. So that's definitely something that I wanted to do, but I never got around to. So yeah, she's on the fence. These two are from Fairyland. They're my only Fairyland dolls that I have. I believe the Pika? Pookie? Pukasha? Pookies? I don't believe they even have this size any longer. It's like, these are just too terribly adorable for me to ever think about getting rid of. This was a artist doll, Cheshire. Definitely keeping. The last 3 dolls are going to be Dollmore Caddish dolls. So this one is in a very, very, very pale pink color. Her eyes are a little bit more closed than the other ones. Her hands are not the animal claw hands, which you'll see on the other 2. I mean, her resin is so pale, it like literally almost looks white. So I've been considering whether or not I wanted to keep her. But like I said, I have 3. So this one is in a mint color. I think that's what they called it, mint. It's like a grayish, it's kind of like a grayish. It's like a grayish kind of beige tan color. And this one I definitely was considering selling because like I said, I don't think I need 3. And then the last one is in black resin. These guys do not pose really well at all. They've got like 3-part torsos that just flop around. I mean, she's pretty cool looking. I think if I was to maybe find a better sculpt doll or something that I like the head better or the ears better, because the ears are actually part of her head. It just came off. So the ears are actually part of the back of her head. And I really like the dolls that are Anthro dolls, but the ears are not part of their head because you can't really see their ears very well. Get her wig back on. But I had to actually put holes in an actual wig. They do have wigs on Dollmore's website for these dolls. But yeah, I think that I really like my boy, Caddish Boy, that you saw earlier. That's like dark gray. I think it's called Russian blue. And I mean, I love black resin. But after having the doll, I'm not sure whether or not I would actually buy it again. She definitely is throwing some Monster High. What is the cat's name? Catty Noir. She's definitely throwing some Catty Noir, like Monster High doll, like vibes. And I actually have 2 of them, so I'm on the fence of actually selling this one. So I don't know. I would like to keep one of them. And originally I thought maybe I was going to keep the black resin one. But now I'm kind of on the fence about which one to keep. But I do think I just want to keep one of them. I don't think I need all 3. Even though they look so cool together. All right, so that probably wasn't very productive. I didn't actually pull any off the shelf. Again, like if this was an issue where, say I was moving into a smaller place or I didn't have this room anymore and I needed to downsize, I think what I would probably do is I would probably, even though she's tiny, I'd probably get rid of maybe the tiny little pink loot doll at the very beginning. One of the Amaray girls, probably the gray girl, maybe the white boy. But I have so many more girls than I do boys. And I think that's usually because they make more girl dolls than they do boy dolls sometimes. But yeah, I'd probably get rid of that one. I'd probably get rid of the Imple doll one that's in gray. Maybe the rabbit girl. I feel like I could probably get maybe some money off of that Digidoll head. So that would be on the chopping block. Again, I would get rid of 2 of the Doll More Caddish dolls. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8. There'd be maybe 8, maybe 9, counting the robot, like pink robot Batchix doll. But yeah, how many did I say at the very beginning that were on this shelf? Like 30 or something? 38. I said 38 because I said 19 would be half. Yeah, that's definitely not realistic. Even if I got rid of just the, what did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, possibly 10, 11 if I counted the rabbit girl. That would still like not be half. So, yeah, I'm curious, you know, in the comments, definitely feel free in any of these decluttering videos that I do, feel free to put any comments below, like what maybe has helped you, like, downsize your collection. Because it is darn hard for me because I have a lot of cool dolls that I really like. I love the Anthro dolls. I really do. I definitely have decided that I don't really want humanoid looking dolls, besides my resin souls. So like, yeah, those are definitely ones that are probably going to go away. I don't even have that many. But yeah, feel free to put in the comments below if you've ever downsized your collection and how you went about doing it. How did you make the decision of who goes, who doesn't go, and all that fun stuff. But I should have said this at the beginning of the video, but I'll say it right now at the end of this video, that yes, I probably will be selling some dolls. No, that does not mean messaging me right now asking for a specific doll. Please, please, please do not do that. When I decide which dolls I'm selling, I will put them up for sale on Den of Angels Marketplace, on Facebook, and the different groups. I'll place them on my Instagram. All those links will be down below. But yes, please do not comment that you want a specific doll. Please do not message me and, you know, spam me and, like, you know, say, oh, I want that doll, I want this doll, I want that doll. Just please don't do that. I would really appreciate it if you would not do that. Sorry, I sometimes can't remember words very well. And there was another word I was trying to think of. Respect. Please respect the fact that they are not currently for sale. I will be placing them up for sale, and then at that time, when they're there, you can definitely message me. So that is it. Probably maybe an hour video again. So that's going to be part 1 of the BJD resin doll declutter. Part 3 of all of the dolls in the doll room declutter. Like I said at the beginning, I do actually have 2 Trinity dolls in the other room. I'm hoping to get rid of 1. So there's a couple other dolls that are in there, but there's probably maybe only 1 that I might decide to get rid of. I think there's only 2. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 SD size resin dolls. There is my red Triclops MSD size doll. She's definitely not going anywhere. There's 2 of my SD dolls I might get rid of. And there's 2 other fantasy dolls that are in there, centaurs, that I'm definitely keeping. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely catch the next episode or part or whatever you want to call it. hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Feel free to place any comments below. And until next time, take care and stay safe. Bye.